honky tonk casserole. We're going to start with a couple pounds ground beef. And we're going to throw in a diced up onion as well. And we're going to let all that saute together for a few minutes. Once you got that meat browned up in your grease drain, let's go ahead and add in our taco seasoning to our browned up meat. Get that mixed in there. As you're mixing in your taco seasoning, we're going to go ahead and also add in some Rotel. Make sure you get the one with the diced green chilies in there. Throw in some corn. We drain these. You don't need to drain the Rotel. And some black beans that I drained and rinsed. Get that in there. We're going to stir all that in together. We're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. We've had that simmering for about 5 minutes. So now we're going to throw a brick of cream cheese on there that we've softened up. Get that nice and melted in there. You can also take it off of the heat and just kind of let the natural heat from the skillet take over. All right, we've got the cream cheese nice and melted in there. And now we're going to throw a cup of shredded cheddar cheese into the mix as well. We're saving this other half, another cup, for later in the recipe. But put about a cup shredded cheddar cheese and also get that mixed into your meat mixture. Once you got your cheddar cheese mixed in, we're going to transfer it over to our baking dish. All right, now we're going to pour our meat mixture into our 9x13 baking dish. Hope you're enjoying my daughter's commentary. Live commentary on the recipe. Get that smooth, even over the bottom there. I'll get that nice and smooth on the bottom of our baking dish. And we're going to go over to our bowl here to make our cornbread batter. So we're going to throw in 1 packet of cornbread mix, 1/3 cup of milk. We're throwing 1 egg in there. We're also going to throw in a cup of cheddar. That's what that other cup of cheddar from earlier is for. Throwing it on in here. We're going to get all that mixed together. We get that nice and mixed together. So now we're going to just start spooning some spoonfuls on top of our meat mixture here. Different parts of it. That's right, baby girl. And if it doesn't fully cover, don't worry about it because it's going to expand while it's in the oven. Just try as best you can to kind of cover all the main areas. Get it nice and spread. And then you can kind of spread it around with the bottom of your spoon here. So we got it nice and spread over the top. We have the oven preheated at 375. We're going to throw it in there for 25 to 30 minutes. And this should be ready. Check on this honky tonk casserole. Oh man. That is looking perfect. Oh, that is a banger, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's like a perfect golden brown on top.
Listen to that sizzle.
It smells incredible too. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna let this cool down for a few minutes. We're gonna try it. Let's give this thing a try. Still pretty warm, but I'm ready to dig in. Ooh. That is what I'm talking about right there. And I'm gonna do a bowl for this guy. And then, if you want, this is optional, you can throw some stuff on top. Throw a little sour cream. My wife would not do this part, but I would. So that's up to y'all. And then if you want, you can also throw a little hot sauce on there too. Once again, I think it's probably good as is, but I like throwing some extra fixings on top. So, let's get that mixed together. Pardon my daughter's little noises. She just likes to be part of it. Moment of truth. Y'all, this is super good. Ooh, that just makes my heart happy. Y'all, this is legit good. This is in the top 5 cornbread casseroles I've ever made / I've ever had. The cheesiness, the creaminess, and you got the cornbread on top. If you're looking for something for your next get together, or you got a big old family you're trying to feed, like we do, then this is a go-to. Try it at home, y'all. All right, we're gonna make a cornbread Cowboy casserole. Starting with 2 pounds of ground beef. We're gonna get this brown and drain and start adding in our other stuff into the meat. All right, we got that brown and drain, and we're gonna throw in our taco seasoning. Whatever taco seasoning you prefer, just throw it on in there. Get that flavor. Give it a little toss. And then we're also going to throw in a can of pinto beans. Undrained. You don't need to drain them. Rotel. Also, you don't need to drain that. Just pour the whole thing in there. And then some white corn, whole kernels. This you do drain. Throw that in there with the meat. And you're gonna let it simmer in there for 5 minutes. While that's simmering, take 2 corn muffin mix packets, throw them in a mixing bowl. Throw in 2/3 cup of milk, a couple of eggs, and get that all mixed together. Got that mixed together. Now we're gonna come back to that meat mixture that we made and pour it into our bowl. I have to do it with both hands because this thing is heavy. I'm not trying to break my wrists.
Look, it's all going in there.
Yeah. This is one of those really good Tex-Mex easy recipes. All right, once you got that in there, we're also going to throw in a cup of shredded cheese. I did cheddar. You can do whatever cheese you want. Shredded it myself because it just melts better like that. But if you don't have time and want to do the bag stuff, that's all good. Once you have all that in there, you're going to want to stir it all together. Get everything mixed together. The cornbread, the cheese, everything. Just all one big happy Tex-Mex family. All right, got that good and folded in together. So we're going to bring over our 9x13 baking dish and just pour it on in there. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, man, that looks good. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Alrighty. So we've got the oven preheated to 425. We're gonna throw it in there for 30 minutes. And this thing should be ready. 30 minutes. Let's see how this turned out. Oh yeah, it's like a perfect golden brown on top. Oh my goodness. This looks amazing. We're talking a little more quiet. We just put our daughter down. Don't let that hide the excitement that I have about this. We're gonna let this thing cool off for a minute and then I'm gonna try it. All right, let's give this a try. Okay, a little piece here.
Oh, smells so good.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
That's some good home cooking right there. Got the cheese all melted in there too, and it's nice and meaty. And then if y'all want, you can add a couple extras on top. I personally am gonna add a little sour cream. My wife would leave this part out, so.
Yeah.
But I like sour cream on this kind of stuff. And then also, if you want to add a little bit of salsa on top, or hot sauce, I'm putting a little salsa on there. Let's give this thing a try. That's really good. That's really good, y'all. That's just a good down-home Tex-Mex. Some good comfort food. If you're like looking for something to bring to the next get-together, try this out. We're gonna make a pulled pork cornbread stack. We're gonna start with 15 ounces of cornbread mix. I got this from Trader Joe's, or if you want to do a couple of the smaller packages of Jiffy, throwing in 3/4 cup of milk, 1 egg, and then we're going to throw in a couple tablespoons worth of honey in there. Good. And we're going to mix all that together. Once you got that mixed together, we're going to come over to our other mixing bowl. We're going to throw in 2 cups of pulled pork. This was also from Trader Joe's, but any store you go to should have some pre-cooked pulled pork, or if you want to do it yourself, go for it. Go ahead and break it up in your bowl if it's all clumped together like this. All right, so now we want to take our barbecue sauce, and we want to put enough on there so it's nice and covered, but you don't necessarily want it like drowning in it. You just want to make sure it's nice and covered, maybe about a cup's worth in there. Make sure just all the meat is covered with barbecue sauce. Now once you got that barbecue nice and mixed into your pulled pork, let's come to our 9x13 baking dish that we've lightly greased. So we're going to throw in half of this batter onto the bottom here. Just about half. Go. Get it nice and spread over the bottom. Okay, once you have that bottom layer on there, let's take that pulled pork that we just mixed together and throw it on top. Yep, she's ready for this. What do you think, baby girl? You want some? Maybe in a few minutes. Get that somewhat evenly spread over that bottom cornbread layer.
That's so good.
Okay, once you have your pulled pork layer on there, we're gonna throw our cheese layer on top. We're gonna put, you wanna do about 1.5 to 2 cups of cheese on this layer, depending on how much cheese you want. I'm gonna do 1.5 cups of cheese. You can do this, you can do pepper jack if you want a little spice to it. This is a blend of cheeses. All right, and once you got your cheese on there, take the rest of that cornbread batter and put it over the top of your cheese layer. And get that spread evenly over the top as best you can. If it's not covering, it doesn't have to get all the way to the edges. Just kind of spread it around because it'll expand as it's in the oven. All right, once you have it nice and spread over the top, we have our oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're gonna put it in there for 30 to 35 minutes. And while that's baking, we're gonna go to our next step. All right, y'all, while that's in the oven, we're gonna make our coleslaw mixture. It's gonna go on top. We're gonna put a couple cups worth of some coleslaw mix. Got mine from Trader Joe's. Seems to be the theme today. Then we'll put about a half cup's worth of mayonnaise in there. I think my mom would love this recipe. Shout out to my mom. Okay, once you got your mayonnaise in there, put in a couple tablespoons worth of apple cider vinegar. Then we're gonna put in just a teaspoon of sugar in there. If I can get the thing out of the bag. In there. And a little salt and pepper. Get that nice mixed and tossed together in there. All right, and this should be ready to go once that pulled pork stack comes out. All right, once we've pulled the cornbread stack out, we're gonna put our coleslaw over the top of our cornbread stack. And if you don't want to do it on top, you can just have it on the side if there's people who don't like coleslaw. But if you want to make it a little bit easier and everybody's down with the coleslaw, you can just put it right on top. Yeah. Once you have it on there, we're ready to try it. So let's give it a try. Ooh, look at that. Dang. It looks and smells fantastic. You'll see it when you make it. Oh my goodness, look at that. This might be one of my favorites. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's give it a try. Look at that cheese on there too. What do you think, baby? Look good? Y'all, this is a 10 out of 10. Oh my goodness. This is one of the tastiest cornbread casserole. I think it is the tastiest cornbread casserole I've ever had. Oh my goodness. I wish my mom was here to try this because I know she would love it. Y'all gotta try this at home for real. So good. Oh my goodness.